Hey people. Liam here. With the recent release of the 4th iteration of this series, I'm going to review one of their older, more popular games, while waiting for the new one to be finished. Today, I'm going to be covering one of my favorite games of all time, and if not, one of the best games ever made. Postal 2 is a game about a member of Mussolini's black shirts going about his normal day in suburban America, doing basic things like picking up milk, pissing on the grave of their deceased forefather, and lighting any and all political opponents on fire. A game which is made by some of, if not the most, horny game developers of all time. Postal 2 is a perfect allegory for the world behind Gilbert Gottfried's eyes. And despite genuinely being older than most people that frequently use Twitter, still has political commentary and satirical elements that still hold up to this day. And while it is true that this game is aged like the piece of cheese stuck to the bleachers outside your local high school, that doesn't interfere with it being one of the funnest games imaginable. You play as the Postal Dude, descending upon the town of Paradise, Arizona, like your average Republican descending into Los Angeles. By that I mean, people shooting at you with automatic assault rifles and trying to light you on fire for simply trying to complete the chores and deal with the monotony of West Coast life. Those chores being basic things like finding a Christmas tree in July.
A Christmas tree! I can't wait to decorate it.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap since it's July and all.
Returning a library book.
I hope the appreciates the trouble I went to.
And buying weed from a diseased-looking gentleman in a back alleyway.
That'll be $100.
Now I can't feel my legs.
Holy shit!
The magic being, you are free to complete these tasks whilst being able to do whatever you want. Postal 2 is the only game on planet Earth where you can go to drop off your paycheck at the bank and end up robbing it with a can of gasoline, and in the process, burn alive the entire police force in fiery agony. The most known task in the game is where you go around asking for petition signatures for whiny congressmen to actually play the video games they claim are too violent.
Would you please sign my petition?
From the extremely genetically fortunate people of Paradise, Arizona, to which if they decline, you are free to douse them in a can of petrol and send them to Valhalla, to which if the police try and arrest you, you can take suppressed pot shots at them from the bushes by suppressing your assault rifle by sticking a cat on the end of it. Quite possibly my favorite quest in the game is where you're tasked with pissing on the grave of your deceased forefather, after which you do so, you get kidnapped by rednecks and get forcibly taken to their sex dungeon.
Who's first? You went first last time. It's my turn now. Wake up! Oh my God, Billy Bob, now he's got the shovel.
After finding a mirror, you've realized that they forcibly stuffed you into a gimp suit, with your next task being shooting your way out of the redneck's hideout and going to the dry cleaners while being publicly humiliated the whole way there.
The Pride Parade was last week.
Now there's a few different ways to play Postal 2. You can actually play through the whole game without harming so much as a fly. This is, objectively, the incorrect way to play this game, as you just paid money, $10 specifically, to be able to chop federal agents in half with a machete. The intended way to play the game is to download the Joker 2019 skin modification for this game.
How about another joke, Murray?
And then proceed to roleplay as everyone's favorite mentally ill proletariat hero. Now you'd expect a game as edgy as this to have a rather rough reception, which when it came out, you'd be absolutely right. However, in the modern era, I genuinely cannot find a single negative review for this game. The only negative reviews I see for this piece of content are entirely ironic, in a spider language I cannot understand, or are for technical reasons. So it's scientifically and statistically, there is not a single human being on planet Earth who is unsatisfied with their purchase of this game. Not only is this game a perfect outlet for an alpha male such as myself, it perfectly encapsulates what Europeans think America is like, with almost every genetic abomination packing at least a 50 AE Desert Eagle Action Express, with even my Romanian friend, a seasoned wallet thief that has dwelled for copper in even the most dirty of Romanian cottages, being amazed at how dilapidated the state of life is for people in Paradise, Arizona. Not only does this game have a napalm launcher you can use to kill a pit bull with AIDS, it's got a pair of garden shears forged by Zeus himself. May God have mercy on your enemies the second you get your hands on these cursed pieces of garden equipment. They are genuinely better than literally every single other weapon in the entire game. It's also got some of the greatest celebrity cameos in human history. On Tuesday, you are tasked with going to the mall and getting an autograph from the one and only Gary Coleman, so your wife can sell his signature on eBay for a lifetime supply of jihadist goat milk. Now, there's a multitude of ways to get Mr. Coleman's signature. You can patiently wait in line, or douse everyone in gasoline and blow Gary Coleman's head off with a shotgun, and use Gary's cold, severed hand to give yourself that autograph. Better yet, if you just so happen to get arrested and manage to break out, you can now go and pick up the police uniform.
This is gonna be sweet. I am the law.
So now whenever you commit an act against humanity, I think I'm a bad person, you can do it with extreme prejudice, and your fellow police officers will simply tell you just to make sure no one's recording, as you blow the heads of prostitutes off with a shotgun. Despite this game being made by around 4.5 people, the level of detail they so precariously place around the world is astonishing. My personal favorite advert is for the crotchy action figure toy your wife tasks you with picking up from the mall. You can actually find Crotchy himself walking around the mall.
Hey, mascot, I need a bad touch crotchy.
We be all sold out and shit.
Shit.
Not only is he a giant walking scrotum, but he's packing a heat-seeking missile launcher and has about 50,000 health. There are even drug vendors you can use to purchase medicinal amounts of crack marijuana.
Hi there.
Is this everything?
Yes.
That'll be $200.
Watch as this man sells me a crack pipe right after watching me cram a shotgun in my back pocket. Performance-wise, for an ancient Steam game, it runs surprisingly well. Most older games on Steam require the downloading of third-party software to get them to run. All I had to do for Postal 2 is change my resolution and hit play. The only technicals I get is a sudden loss of every single one of my frames because I felt the compulsory need to light 30 cars on fire. And once you're done absolutely ruining the lives of the people in the main game, feel free to check out the game's 2 DLCs. The most recent DLC, Paradise Lost, was released in 2015. Keep in mind, the game itself was released in 2003. Sit back for a second and think. When is the last time you've seen a game development studio give frequent updates for a game that came out 12 years ago? The level of passion and care the people at Running with Scissors put into their games is something practically unheard of in the game industry. For example, this is the actual cutscene that plays in the Apocalypse Weekend DLC, for when the developers supposedly ran out of funding for this segment of the game.
I told you no. What the hell you think this is? Friggin' bullshit. What do you got, Steve? Hold on.
Proposal for the pigeon mission.
Proposal for the pigeon mission? We ain't got no budget for pigeon missions. The f*** are you kidding me?
Vince, the kids. Gotta think of the kids.
Look at the quality of this video. You want enough? Hold on, I said. Who is this? Get on line. You want money too? You too.
I love this game. Hey, editing Liam here. While editing this segment of the video, I found this advertisement that Vince Desi, the creator of Postal 2, or the CEO of Running with Scissors, made for all of the people in Japan playing Postal 2. I'll just let this one play out.
Konnichiwa! Nihon no Postal fan, no mini-san. Watashi wa running with scissors. No Vince Desi de Su. Postal. Wo hen shite karete arigato gozaimasu. Kampai.
Seeing game developers having fun with the actual content they're making is something that you almost never see in game development. For example, if you're one of the poor souls that work for Bethesda or EA, expect to get shot in the stomach and thrown out of the office building you work at by your shirt collar for even suggesting a game mechanic that would cause the corporation to lose even a single dime. There's many weapons in this game, about 50 to be precise. My personal favorite out of all of them is the diseased cow head, which you can throw at Mach 3, causing anyone caught in the gas cloud it emits to instantaneously vomit up their esophagus and die. And walking through the graveyard outside the church, you'd see that they actually intended for more weapons to be in the game. I'm personally let down that the rape clowns did not make it into the final product. Not only are there various weapons, but you can kick as well. Postal Dude has the thigh workout of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and is physically capable of kicking things with 1,200 pounds of force. You feel like punting someone's head that you recently chopped off out the window and down the street? You can f***ing do so. The NPCs in this game are absolutely astonishing.
Hey f***head, are you just gonna run around screaming if I show you this picture?
Shit!
What a surprise.
Some of the greatest by modern standards, objectively speaking. Each one of them having the cognizance and brain power of a rocket scientist.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to go to the back of the line.
Hi.
With their dialogue being some of the most thought-provoking, intelligent speeches I have ever heard in a video game.
Moneyline forms that way, infidel. Hello, and what do you want? This is not a standard looking blade.
See?
That'll be $200.
I'm not paying that.
Please become calm, or I will rain pillars of fire upon you.
The police in this game are masterfully made, with them acting exactly like the police in Western Russia. Half the time, they'll just start kicking the living shit out of someone for no reason. Like when I threw a machete at Mach 3 into the lower torso of some random man, and the police proceeded to beat the shit out of him instead of getting the paramedics. Less paperwork, I guess. This game's achievements are absolutely amazing. My personal favorites are Rafty Bomb, Good Morning Vietnam, and Thanks for the Money. If you're a fan of achievement hunting, then you will absolutely love this game. Actually going out and hunting them is actually surprisingly fun, instead of a complete tedious slog as achievement hunting is in most other games. So here you are, Friday, the end of the game. Today you are tasked with getting napalm, getting a crotchy action figure, paying a speeding ticket, and visiting every butcher shop according to PETA. This is where the game starts opening up, as members of the National Guard start showing up, probably because a suspicious I can't speak English! Probably because a suspicious amount of people are being found beaten to a pulp with the shovel, and they just so happen to have not caught the guy doing it. Definitely the highlight of Friday is using the free healthcare system to get antibiotics for your gonorrhea.
Can anyone help you?
I'm experiencing a sort of burning, itching, spewing kind of effect.
Could you pull down your pants and let me take a look?
Don't make me see that.
Go to the cure booth.
Thanks.
Did some Mexican dude just come out of thin air to tell me I have like a small cock? Like, where was he? Am I just like schizophrenic? There's no one here. Dude.
Ow! Good God, that is disgusting. Thanks for the urine.
You know, say what you want about Paradise, Arizona. At least they have free healthcare for if you contract a crippling STD. And giving a birthday present to your uncle, who is also a cult leader.
The good book told me to make you die, then myself.
We're not zealots! Eat lead and die, unbelieving heathen scum.
After you drop his birthday gift off, he gets raided by the ATF, and you are forced to shoot your way out. What is happening, dude? Why does the ATF have hand grenades? To which you look up and realize after escaping your uncle's compound The f***ing apocalypse is happening. Ubisoft would later steal this plot and create the absolute dumpster fire of a game that is Far Cry 5. While walking back home, every NPC in the entire game suddenly materializes automatic assault rifles and makes it their top priority to put you 6 feet under. You come home after your week-long slaughter, and then your wife says this.
Honey, I'm home. You won't believe the day I've had.
About friggin' time. Did you remember my rocky road?
God mad from the insane nagging of a female, you do the first thing that comes to mind. You pull out your magnum, stick it in your mouth, and pull the trigger. Ending one of the greatest games of all time. Here is where the DLC would pick up, with you waking up in a hospital with a head wound that occasionally causes extreme schizophrenic hallucinations. But ladies and gentlemen, that is a story for another day. If this video performs well, I'll make a follow-up video on this game's absolutely astonishing DLC. Until then, big thank you to the 3 people that actually watch my videos, generously giving me something to do with all of my spare time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe. I upload shitty videos bi-weekly. Oh, and go and buy Postal too. It's a pretty good game.